Adam Mitchell Mars.
So, I sat down to write this speech, to try to reflect on what 4 years at Somerville High School has taught to me. And I realized something. I realized that the speech was going to take me a lot longer than I thought. It was so hard for me to try to think about the effect that the school has had on me, precisely because that effect is so fundamental. Nearly everything about me has, in some way, shape, or form, been affected by this place. By all the people in it, and all the experiences surrounding it. So, how can I possibly look back and reflect on it effectively? So, I decided to take a different route. I asked myself a question that many in our English class might be familiar with. I thought, we'll all soon be moving on from this place. What will we be carrying with us? Of course, we'll be carrying the tangibles, like a backpack, speakers, a laptop. But what will the intangibles be? What will be the gifts with which we will walk out of Somerville High School? So I thought about it, and the first thing that came to mind were our friendships. I don't think it's humanly possible to spend this much time with a group of kids and not develop some kind of feeling towards them. At times, that feeling is definitely annoyance, but it might also be respect, camaraderie, even love. I can't speak for anyone else, but to all my close friends, I can't tell you how important you guys are to me. You made a world of difference to me in high school, so thank you. And I know that everybody here feels the same way about at least 1 or 2 other people. Whether it's the friend that you're planning on talking to every day for the rest of your life, or if it's that one kid in the hallway with whom you had one conversation, and for some reason that ended up meaning a lot to you. Either way, we'll all be bringing a little piece of those people to wherever we end up. It's those little memories that stick out in your mind that are so important. The ones that you can remember so crisply and clearly. It could be your first kiss, or the time you and a friend hiked to the top of Mount Nittany at midnight, or the time you and a friend just sat in the woods and talked for hours on end. It's just those little fond memories that make you grin when you look back on them. We'll be carrying those with us for the rest of our lives. And that's what I mean when I say we'll be bringing our friendships with us. The second gift we'll be carrying is knowledge. Here I speak purely of academic knowledge. Now, that very word academic gives some people chills. It can conjure up images of boring classrooms, from boring lectures, from boring textbooks, of endless homework assignments, and weekly tests, and unnecessarily large projects. But that's not what I want you guys to remember from the academic side of high school. I want you to remember that one class where your teacher was so awesome that you couldn't help but listen to every word he or she said, even if it was 7:30 in the morning and you went to bed at 5. Or that one moment when you've been trying to grasp some concept for a long time, and someone explains it a different way, and suddenly it clicks. And in a flash of mental lightning, your mind makes that leap to clarity. And suddenly you can comprehend derivatives, or the subjunctive tense in Spanish, or why the North was the Civil War. That is what academic knowledge means. And if you look back at how little of it we had freshman year, and how much of it we have now, I think you'll realize that we really have learned a lot in these past 4 years. So I'd like to take this moment to thank all of our teachers for first putting up with us, and second, for doing such an admirable job in teaching us. I'd also like to thank the administration for making the school run smoothly enough so the teachers can do what they do. Now, as I was contemplating these things that we'll be carrying with us, I realized something. I realized that there's a third item. And this is a very important one. This is the knowledge not of academics, but of people. This is the understanding of how to interact socially, how to develop relationships, how to be a good person. These are the skills of empathy, sympathy, honesty, of generating conversation, and of learning how to listen. This is the priceless knowledge of realizing when to talk and when to keep your mouth shut. At times, this may not have been our best skill, but I think we'll be forgiven. We've learned how to respect people, how to appreciate people, how to stand up to people. And as important as academics are, these are the skills that are going to matter in our future happiness. We are undeniably social creatures, and high school has been the time when we've all committed to ourselves in this regard, where we've grown physically and mentally into full-fledged human beings. I think we'd all agree that back in freshman year, we didn't even come close to that category. So, even if you're someone who didn't care for the academic side of high school, you have to remember that this school served as a backdrop for all of the growth that's been meaningful in our lives. Somerville High School is forever inseparable from us. It is forever entwined with our experiences and our perspectives. Here is where I'd like to thank all of our parents, our guardians, and our family members for being the other half of this equation that's transformed us into adulthood. Once again, I can't speak for anyone else, but I would like to personally thank my parents for being the most wonderful and supportive people I know. So, academic knowledge, social awareness, and friendship. These are the few of the gifts we bring with us to college, or to wherever else our lives take us. People often speak at commencements of going out into the world to confront the challenges that face humanity. And this is very true. We are an extremely intelligent and motivated class, and there are indeed many global issues that someday we'll probably have to tackle. But I want to leave you with a different sentiment. I wish to all of you that you go out into the world and find happiness and contentment and peace. Progress is important, but it is nothing if the people behind it are not happy. I think that we can give you the tools not only to confront the challenges that face humanity, but also to confront the personal challenges that will face us. We have the opportunity to live rich, fulfilled lives. And what I hope more than anything else for the class of 2011 is that we take that opportunity. I'd like to conclude this with a quote. A teacher of mine once told us something very true. He said, imagine if your parents had bought a different house in a different town. Your life would be completely different from what it is today. And he's right. Somerville is all I've known. I've never lived in a different town or gone to a different high school. So how can I reflect on what it's meant to me? By this. I'm happy with who I am, and I've seen myself, my friends, and my peers grow into healthy, confident adults. And so whatever flaws this school may have, the class of 2011 is just another shining example of how Somerville High School succeeds. Thank you.
We are the bill.